Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Tom Does a Lot of Dent Pulling. I really can't be bothered to film all of this all over again, so I'm just going to smash this out and then we'll move on to something more interesting. So I'm going to crack on with that, and you just relax. See you in a minute. Sorry guys, the camera stopped recording, I didn't realise, and I have just been hammering away for about, I want to say 3 hours. It's taken me a hell of a long time, but I'm glad I got it done, because it doesn't look half bad, does it? So obviously it's not perfect, it's still got some ripples in it, but I mean, if I show you what it looked like before, and then back to now, you know, I mean, huge difference. Everything is nice and straight. Yeah, like the panel is bumped, but the ridge line is straight. Obviously, I've resealed it. I've also sealed this edge here where I have been pulling that out. In all my hammering, I have knocked a little bit of paint off here and there. So I'm gonna, when the tiger seal's dry, I am gonna run a little bit more paint over that to make sure it doesn't corrode. But I am, by the way, I've never done this before. I've never pulled on metal to try and repair it before. And this is completely inaccessible from behind except for a hole here. So it's been hard work. It's been hard work, but I'm very proud of the outcome. And I think it will be, you won't even know once the bumper's back on, and which I think comes up to about here, you will never know about the damage that's down here. So now that that's done, it's time to crack on with something a bit more interesting, I guess, than just hammering away at a small bit of panel. So let's do that. I have my new light. So we're going to put it on, and fingers crossed that panel gap I was talking about in the last episode isn't there, because it was the light that was damaged and not the van. So let's get it on. Well, that didn't go as planned. Here's the old light. I've put the new light in, and it's still sitting below the level of the door. And there's also another problem with this light, which I didn't expect. I don't know if you see, this corner is rounded, and this one isn't. It's not rounded at all. Maybe it's for a tailgate model and not a barn door model, but I could have sworn that I checked that it was for a barn door model. But either way, this light isn't going to fit, so I'm going to have to go and order another one. Even when you think you've got it right, you're still wrong. That's what you got to know about working on cars. You're always wrong. Nothing will go smoothly, and you will trip up on the same thing over and over again. It's just the way it goes. But anyway, there's still one more thing to do today before I go home. I have bought this sensor, and better yet, it matches the ones that I took out the bumper. So hopefully I've got the right sensor now. It's a bit glossy on the end. I don't know, maybe I should key that up or something to make it more matte finish. But other than that, that is good news. The other thing I've bought is this, which is the plug that goes into the back of that. And this does match the other plugs that are on the loom. So we're getting into a winner now. Now, the one bit I'm not sure about is these are the wires that are from the missing plug. And these are the wires from the new plug. And this is a genuine Volkswagen plug, by the way. I assume it's just cut off another loom. But these wires don't match. Now, I'm having to do some guesswork here. I reckon that this one with a brown stripe goes to brown. This one with a sort of red stripe goes to red. And then the multicolored one goes to the multicolored one. And I'm guessing that because on the other plug, this one here, that's how it's laid out as well. So you've got sort of a grey with a brown stripe, a grey with a red stripe, and then a colourful one in the middle. So that's what I'm going for with this. I haven't really got a way of testing this once I'm done, but hopefully, well, I'm going to strip the wires down, get them soldered on, get them heat shrinked, and I guess we'll find out once I've finished fitting the rear end back together. Right, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this. I think what I'm going to do is leave it extended, because I think this end here was like up here in the back of the plug, so that's how it should be. But so that I'm not cutting things too short and then the plug won't reach, I'm going to leave it long. So I think what I'm going to do is cut it here and here and splice them together, and then use the coupler to put them back together again. That's the plan anyway. If you're ever going to do some wiring on small wires, this is the best tool in the world. You simply put the wire in there, stripped. And there we have it, guys. I might wrap some more tape around the whole thing. It's going to be hidden anyway. It's going to be, you know, behind here somewhere. But that's that. That's the new connector on. I've got no way of testing it until the bumper's on, and I can hold. I've got a way of holding all of the sensors. So for now, that is as far as I can go with that. Which very neatly brings me on to the end of this episode. It's been a bit of a short one, to be honest. I feel like I've been on a bit of a struggle bus all day. Not that I haven't got things done, obviously. The light didn't go well. And hopefully I can send it back and get one that's rounded on the corner there. I don't know why this one's straight. Must be for the tailgate, like I said earlier. But then I've also done this. I've put some paint on, a few coats. It's not perfect, and I don't have the skills or the tools to really perfect that. So that's as good as I can get it, and to be honest, you're never going to see it. It's going to be behind the bumper, it's going to be completely tucked away, you're never going to know it's there, and it's so much better than it was that I'm actually very proud of how that came out. It's taken me many hours. As for the rest of the rear end, I'm still waiting on my new bumper to arrive. Obviously I could put the crash bar back on now, but I'm going to wait for the new bumper. I did contact the company and they said they were going to send me a new one, so I'm happy with that. But since this video is so short, I figured I could probably include a clip that I did a couple of weeks ago, me putting the front end on and taking it for a first drive. Time has come. Let's take this thing for a test drive. Alright then, well, first impressions, obviously door card's missing, wing mirrors missing. I had to borrow that for something else. I can't actually see anything out of my left hand mirror right now. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to take it too far because without the mirror, I don't really know what's going on my right hand side. So I'm going to try and stick to roads where I don't need that mirror. Oh, it's got so much more torque than my van. So this is the 2 litre. T30 or 32, I'm not even sure. Depends on which website you go on. It's 102 horsepower. My van is 85. And I'm not going to lie, it doesn't feel much different. I was expecting more of a difference. Yeah, I don't know what to say really, it's a van. It drives nice. You can tell that there's no suspension weirdness. I mean, the steering wheel's not quite straight, but there's no knocking noises over bumps, the steering's smooth, it doesn't wobble. I mean, I'm only doing 30 miles an hour, but not even that right now, 20. But it's actually a really nice place to be. I'm looking forward to having the interior back to me as well. Oh, and this one has armrests, which I'm very jealous of. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty smart. So that's going to be it, guys. That's the end of the episode. Sorry I neglected you today. I feel like I've worked very hard, but I haven't really shown you much of what I've done. It's been small jobs that needed a lot of hours, if that makes sense. So like the dent on the rear wing there, I've spent most of my day today, 3-4 hours working on that. You'll have only seen a tiny section of all the work I did. But you know, I was doing that last week as well. I spent many hours on that last week as well, so it's taken me a long time to do that. So hopefully, you know, you're impressed with the result I've got. But yeah, that's it from this week, and I will do my best to be more involved with you guys in the next episode. So I will see you in a week. Peace.